Okay, so good afternoon everyone. Today we'll discuss about the risk matrix. Okay, in risk matrix we'll need to cover so many things. Okay, in the chart which is already I draw on the table. Okay, so basically the risk matrix it is totally depend upon the likelihood and consequences. Likelihood in the sense of if suppose you are working in chemical zone, there is the chances of likelihood increases. Okay, in a numbering system if we consider, so it goes around like 5. Okay, so if you are working in chemical zone, there is the chances of risk is maximum level, on the peak level. If you are working in construction sites, maybe the risk is low. If you are working in confined space, containers, tanks, height works, there is the chances of the risk level is max again over there. So we'll understand about the risk matrix on the chart. Okay, over here. So risk is what? Basically it's likelihood into consequences. Likelihood, that is what the minimum or the maximum level, and the consequences which is about the result. Okay, result of incident and accident. Maybe it is minor incident, maybe it is major accident. It is totally depend upon the result that called consequences. So in risk chart, here we'll understand about the numbering system, how we have to go with the numbering system. So it is clearly written in ISO's rules and regulations that we need to follow. So that kind of rules and regulations which is clearly indicated about the numbering system. So if you given a number which you gives your number starting from the one, that comes under green zone. So one, it is what? Negligible. Suppose you are working in a normal zone, normal condition. Now you are sitting. Now the students are sitting over here. They are sitting in a green zone. There is like here, there is no hazards. We are sitting in a normal, everything under control. Electrical wirings, it is under control because of we have a switch. We have MCBs. So every hazards which is in controlled condition. Okay, that comes under in a green zone because there is no hazards. Okay, everything which is under control. Now we go on the number 2, which is slightly minor, but you can say there is the possibility or chances that hazards can take place. So due to that, to overcome that hazards, we have to go with the again special types of PPE. We can provide the PPE to the workers, so that the workers are working in a normal condition, so that they can cover that part. Okay, now number 3 which is related to moderate. Now here the chances of incident accident took place, because there is again the possibility which increases from numbering system to the 3, but still we are in green zone. And if you go again on top, that is what? Again the chances increases of incident accidents, LTI, or major related incident accidents took place. On the numbering again it will increases on the chart. Okay, so number 4, it is also comes under major incident accident. Lost time incident, LTI, lost time incident. Okay, that comes under major. So yes, that is what the major numbering system calls for. And here the chances of fatal accident in the sense of death. If you people are working in the red zone, so it covers related to the fatal. So the chances of incident accidents which increases again at the peak level. Okay, so this is what the numbering system as per the ISO rules and regulations in the risk matrix. So here you will understand about this. Then again, if we go on the next line, that is what slightly minor, but the chances of incident, the impact on your body, it may create little bit, maybe like if you worked in chemical or in other zones, there may be the possibility again you will get some kind of minor injuries, maybe slip trip. Maybe you are riding a bike on 60, 70, 80, the speed of your bike is 80, you may slip, you may fall. Okay, so again there is the chances of minor injury. Maybe you will get what you can say, the minimum amount of chances you will get the injury on hand if you slip with your bike. Okay, so that kind of things over there which comes under slightly minor injury, or maybe you are sick because of the same. If you get treatment, so you have to take care for a longer period, like 2 to 3 days you have to go on the bed rest. So that comes under related to slightly minor injuries. So once you go on top, again there is the chances of slightly minor, and then once you cross this level, Moderate means what? Again the chances of incident accidents which comes on top of the level, that because you cross the green level, you cross the green zone. Here the chances that you are working in potential hazardous zone, because in green zone there is no hazard, but if you cross in yellow, there is the chances of little bit amount of hazards over there which creates an impact on your body. So again if there is the chances of hazards, it will create an impact on your body. So again it is your responsibility as a safety officer, as a fire officer, or as a safety representative. It is your responsibility to provide proper type of PPE, proper effective PPE which you need to provide, so you can cover this yellow zone. If you are working in yellow zone, you have to go with proper PPE, proper safety measures, and then you can cross again 8 and 10. So again you are working under the hazardous zone. So this is what the numbering system which is related to minor injury or less. Now you will go on moderate. Moderate, so here again the chances of injury or incident accidents increases. So the number as well also increases till from 3, 6, or you work under moderate. Again the chances of incident accidents increases, it goes around 12. If you cross this range, 9, you will go on the red zone. Red zone means totally you are working in the dangerous condition or hazardous zone, you can say high hazardous zone. So which cross related to the red, and then you come on major injuries. Major injuries, you will get fracture, you will get head injuries, you will get blood loss, chances of blood loss as well. So it comes under major effect. It will create a major impact on your body while working. So if you are working in this kind of zones where the chances of incident accidents may be major or may be very high. If you cross this limit, if you cross this zone which comes under 2L, so it simply indicates that you are crossing in the danger zone. So if you are working in this kind of zone, yes, 100% chances of the death possibility that the workers while working they can catch. There is the possibility of fire as well as the electrical or maybe some other kinds of hazards due to death. Understood? Due to that impact, the possibility of workers that can catch fire, may work over under the machineries and all, they may trapped over there, or they may lost their life. So it is totally depend upon where you are working and the consequences, the situation, okay, depends on the situation as well, and this is called the risk matrix. So this is how you need to calculate. You have to give the numbering system over there as an HSE officer, as a safety officer. It is your responsibility to consider the hazards, and then you have to go with the numbering system. What kind of hazard, then you need to decide. You have to decide what kind of number you have to give over there. If the number goes related to the 25, 20, 15, no need to allow any workers to work over there. First, you have to go with HERA. Make HERA, do hazard identification and risk assessment. Once you're done with the hazard identification and risk assessment, then you need to minimize that risk level, and then tell workers to go and do the work. First, you have to minimize the risk level. Once you minimize the risk level, then you have to say go and work over there. So that is what the risk matrix pattern, okay, which we'll discuss right now. Understood?